have to track calories when you're fasting. I'm Emma, I'm a fasting coach, and I've lost 40 pounds through fasting myself, and I've helped hundreds of people just like you achieve these same insane results. Just have a look at some of my client results in the back. One of the most common questions I get as a fasting coach is whether you have to count calories while fasting. The simple answer is no, you do not have to count calories. I don't recommend counting calories. One of the reasons why I started fasting and why I keep fasting and why I now teach it to you guys is because I don't want to count calories. I tried the whole calorie counting thing like in my teens when I was trying to lose weight, and all it did was honestly just make me more miserable. It was really hard to stick to, and it just didn't suit me or my needs or my lifestyle. So in my program, I want to teach you guys how to achieve food freedom, how to lose weight, how to reduce inflammation and be healthier without having to track everything, because it made me miserable and I'm sure it makes you miserable too. When you're following a fasting schedule, like an intermittent fasting schedule, 16-8, meaning you skip breakfast, or OMAD, meaning you eat just one meal a day. These are some of the most common schedules. You don't usually have to track calories. Now, that's not to say you can overeat or binge when you break your fast. You still have to eat mindfully and be careful that you're eating healthy and nutritious foods. But the best way to achieve that is not through calorie counting, in my opinion. I recommend that you stick to a strict ketogenic diet while you're fasting for weight loss because it'll make it so much easier for you. Being in a keto diet together with fasting, make sure you keep your insulin levels as low as possible throughout the whole process, which will have several benefits. One, it'll make you lose fat a lot faster, and two, it'll make you a lot less hungry in the process. Because when we don't spike our insulin super high by eating high carb foods, we also don't get that sugar crash of feeling tired, lethargic, hungry, irritable. When we're eating low carb foods in a keto diet, we keep our insulin level spikes quite small. And by doing that, we also don't get that big sugar crash from eating high carb foods, meaning we can stay a lot more balanced in our moods and in our hunger levels throughout the day. In a keto diet, it is recommended that you stick to less than 20 grams of net carbs per day. If you've never been on a keto diet before, this can be a little bit tricky in the beginning to know what 20 grams of carbs actually look like. So if you want to, you can track your carbs in the beginning. It's super easy to do that with an app such as MyFitnessPal. And after you've done that for a couple of weeks, you'll know what meals look like that are less than 20 grams of carbs a day. That being said, you don't have to track carbs either. You can make it much easier for yourself. I always say keep it as simple as possible to make it foolproof. You don't want to have to overthink things. So my big recommendation is to stick to 3 things in each one of your meals. Number 1 is to pick a meat. This needs to be a fatty cut of meat. It can be beef, it can be chicken, it can be fish, but try to go for fatty cuts because the fat in the meat is going to help you stay full for longer. Number 2, pick a green overground vegetable. Now, these are the only vegetables that are safe on a keto diet. These grow overground and they tend to be either green or white in color. You can have things like broccoli, cauliflower, asparagus, lettuce, kale, but you can't have anything that grows underground or that is a legume. So potatoes, sweet potatoes, parsnips, carrots are off limits, and so are things like beans, peas, lentils, and corn. So green overground vegetable. So fatty meat, green overground vegetable. Now, the third thing that you need to put on your plate is a fat. These fats can come from a variety of sources, but usually full fat dairy is really good, like heavy cream, eggs are amazing, or it can come from fatty vegetables like avocado. If you have those 3 things on your plate each meal, you will make sure that you stay in a keto diet, you stay in ketosis, and you can reap the biggest fat burning benefits. Usually when you do this combined with eating only until satisfied, not overeating, you won't have to track anything, no calorie tracking, no macro tracking, no carb tracking. Honestly, it's the freest I've ever felt around food. Like I said, I've never tracked calories and I've been able to go from looking like this to looking like this only by following my own fasting plan and a ketogenic diet. If you want to achieve these same results, you're more than welcome to download one of my 30 or 60-day fasting plans where I detail everything about what I did to lose the weight, the exact schedules I followed, the meals I was eating, and I've also included some guided journaling topics to help you deal with the mental and emotional side that often underlies problems with weight loss. Or you're free to download my free fasting guide as well that has so much information about the benefits of fasting and how you can start using fasting in your life to lose weight and get healthier. Both these products are available to download on my website and you'll find a link in my bio to access all of it. Happy fasting!